Everybody's talking about the Shedeur Sanders purse, but yo, the pants were just as bad. My man had the tight pants on, and he had the straight up purse, bro. And his brother was talking, Shiloh. He had a purse too, bro. He had the brown bag. You seen him walking on the runway? They both look sick, man. They looked sick as hell, like they was forced to do it. Dion wore a dress. Shedeur had them tight pants on. They were girl pants. And he had the purse. Man, it was a bad look, man. This indoctrination. It's about the feminization of these athletes. We can get an athlete from America. They basically clowning them. It's a humiliation ritual. That's why Deion Sanders wore the dress and sang Madonna, and now his kids doing the same thing. You're gonna see them painting toenails. You're gonna see them acting real fruity, pushing the line. Towing the line, pushing the line. Now they're pushing it more. It's not a secret. The top two NIL earners are Caleb Williams, right? He's crying in his mama's lap, painting his fingernails, right? And you got Shedeur wearing girly pants and carrying a purse. You think that's normal? That's not normal. That's sissy behavior. Them boys straight sissies, man. Yo, if you in New York City, you anywhere, you don't see men walking around with purses, bro. And Shiloh, he had a purse too. So, and there was no secret that they put that video out in the car. It was a horrible look. Why would you put that out of them fighting and him calling them? Because it's humiliation. They got to do that. And these kids is just, you're supposed to be a leader, bro. You're supposed to be on that football field. It's never about football with them kids. It's never about football. It was a fake video where Deion was telling him, Deion said, you're not going to the NFL. And Shedeur's like, oh, why not? Come on, man. Who's falling for that? That was for the camera, bro. There was no way that kid's going to the NFL early, the year earlier. It was all for the cameras. It's fake. Everything they do is scripted for WWE. Everything, bro, everything. Everything's for the cameras. The Louis comment, that was for the cameras. Everything. It's all scripted. It's all fake. All of it, man. It's well in advance. And that's just crazy, bro. They have this indoctrination and stuff. It's wild, man. And so what happened with Warren Sapp, I want to just get into that quickly about football. Is that with Warren Sapp, what happened was he had Deion's sponsors blocked him. That's why Warren Sapp wasn't hired. His sponsors blocked him. So Deion, they didn't want him. Deion, they never presented Warren Sapp into the hiring process with Colorado. They spoke out about that. So what had happened was that Deion never presented him because his sponsors vetoed him, because Warren Sapp had a sexual misconduct. He really didn't do much. What he did was he urinated in front of a prostitute, and he gifted her 3 sex toys 3 years in a row. So that was in the lawsuit. I think he pled out to the charges. He took a plea deal. So long story short, with that, Deion never even sent that to the university, because Deion is owned by his corporate masters. They tell him, Affleck and all those other million companies that him and his sons, they say, you're not bringing this guy in here. And he caved. Deion caved. And it was funny. People were like wondering why Sapp was still on Whitlock, going on Whitlock's show. And look, at least he's getting paid going on Whitlock's show. Deion wouldn't even make a statement. He wouldn't even fight for him. He didn't even present him. Deion is a snake, because when it comes down to it, those guys worship money, bro. That's all it is. Everything they do, his marketing is fake. Bringing in Goldberg's son, he's a 0-star recruit, is fake. Everything they do is fake. It's in line. It's already planned in advance. Dion goes out and he has these catchphrases. Like, some of them don't catch on. Like the watch thing, he wanted a sponsor. And Dion even admitted that, oh, we ain't gonna have him doing this for free. So he was soliciting sponsors. It's just there wasn't a sponsor that was gonna pay him for doing that because, they feel like it downgrades their brand, But them Sanders boys sissies, boy. Them boys sissy. That's why one day Charlo took his gangster. The next day, that boy wearing a skirt, a dress, and all that, man. The Lions Den, bro. Shedeur is a punk, bro. That nigga sissy. Man, I'd slap fire off that boy, bro. He's a Baki boy. Yeah, he's a sissy. But it's a shame because it's the young kids. They trying to get all these young black people to wear dresses and look like sissies, and they get cheered on for that sissy shit. But Shedeur is just a sissy, man. He a real sissy, and they lack. Colorado lacks in the X's and O's. No matter how much talent they get, they lack. Football is 11 people playing in concert as a team. And, it was evident when they missed the first team meeting and they get on Cormani for missing meetings, for being late to meetings. Shedeur didn't even practice last year once he got hurt. If the coaches have a motto, if you can play in the game, you can practice. Oh, his back was hurt. Then let the next man play, bro. They were scared to let Staub play because if Staub played, you saw he only played one game, and they saw the myth was that his line was doing a horrible job when it was the scheme and it was Shedeur holding on to the ball. So long story short, we were sold this bill of goods was that, okay, the team's going to be closer this year. He's going to get closer with his linemen. They fired all the linemen. They said they were in cahoots with the coaches. They weren't blocking, blase, blah, blase, blah. Okay, so they put them on group text. They made a big deal about that they're all bonding, right? Okay, so what was him missing the first meeting to go work and do this little runway like a supermodel, like a Tyra Banks? He did his worst Tyra Banks impression. His RuPaul, what was that about? That was about telling him, he was telling the whole team, he was basically telling the whole team, yo, screw you guys, it's about me. You guys, we're not equal. Like, my dad runs this, I'm a star, my brother's less of a star, and we do what we want to do, and nobody on the team is gonna tell us what to do. We're gonna go to practice when we want. We're gonna miss meetings when we want. We're gonna do whatever we want. And no one on the team. That was what that was about. That missing that meeting was because Dion could have called that meeting the next day. He didn't have to plan that meeting. Bro, they did that on purpose. It was basically like, okay, we're gonna send a message on day one to the new teammates. We're not beholden to the same rules that you guys are. And it's the ego of Dion and the ego of those kids. You know what's going to happen? Once this team takes the first loss, just like last year, they're going to quit. People saying 9-2, 9-3, 10-2, they're bugging, because I saw that team quit against Washington State. Not Washington. Not the good Washington. Washington State, bro. They had a battle for last place. They quit. The team quit. You got quitting in the locker room. They're going to quit again. Dion is not an X's and O's guy. He was a guy in football that ran real fast and didn't hit anybody. He was a sissy. That's why he put the dress on. Them boys is straight sassy. They letting you know. So if you support Colorado, you support men wearing purses and dresses, and you're supposed to be a football player, man. Not supposed to be a girly man, a sissy. Them boys is sissies, man. You can support that all day if you want. I know what I saw. I saw Shedeur dressed like a sissy. So they're in for a rude awakening. Every team wants to beat them down, bro. What do you think's gonna happen when they start losing a game and the other team scores a touchdown? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do a runway walk. They're gonna do a runway walk. They're gonna have like purses. People in the stand are gonna be pulling out purses. They're gonna bro, they're gonna do these dudes mercilessly. So you thought the watch thing was bad? Bro, the purse thing is crazy. So, these kids they got a lot going on, and they're gonna see what they up against. But Colorado is not gonna win. They're gonna quit again. They got a bunch of quitters on the team, and if there was gonna be a change, you just have to look at day one of the practice to see that them two kids didn't show up to that meeting. But they'll say Cormani, Bishop, they suspended when they don't show up to the meetings. So we know what that's about. More videos coming at you. Peace, Pete from New York City. Too many YouTubers, celebrities, and all that. It's all manufactured now. They scared to say what's on their mind. Especially these celebrities. They get on YouTube or whatever, and because I've been watching it, and it seems like all this is manufactured. Like these celebrities. You know what we need? They're gonna another podcast. They need to do an announcement. Here's what we don't need: another podcast. We're gonna do an announcement that we're not doing another podcast. I'm gonna announce that I'm not doing a podcast if I'm a celebrity. It's oversaturated, man. These dudes doing these stupid ad reads and selling merch. All of them have this goofy merch and these stupid shirts, and they doing these reads, man. It's a whole bunch of selling out going on out here. You celebrities like that stupid dude, Stack. What's his name? Stack. That dude's so stupid. Calling out to Shannon and calling all this crazy stuff. That dude he want to act like he's a gangster, but he's a corporate do-gooder. So, but when you look at the schematics, Dion is very weak. He's weak in the schematics, man. That line, they're already going to hate that kid Shedeur. They're already going to hate him. So how many times are you going to blame the teammates? They're going to find out that it wasn't the line when Shedeur plays this year, because it was the scheme, and it was Shedeur holding on to the ball. It had nothing to do with the line. So you're going to see that myth get unraveled, and then they got no one else to blame it on. Oh, the coaches were sabotaging us. The line was sabotaging us. There's nobody to hire this year. So them kids, they in for mad L's because they're the Super Bowl for everybody. Everybody wants to beat them bad. So they're going to get the best game. They're not ready for it. They're not ready for 13 games of beast mode. So, yeah, them boys in trouble. Them boys in trouble.